When a man chases pleasure and releases his seed without thought, something far greater than pleasure quietly slips away. It doesn't disappear with noise or pain. It leaves in silence. You don't see it fall to the ground, but you feel it later in ways you can't explain. A slow weakening, a dulling of fire, a soft loss of something that once made you feel alive. This force was never designed to be casual. It was never meant to be spent without meaning. It is the most refined substance the male body can create, the final result of countless internal processes working together. Drawn from the deepest reserves of the body, protected by nature because of what it carries. When it is wasted for a moment of impulse, it is not just pleasure that ends, it is energy that was meant to build a future. Each release leaves a mark. Not always today, not always tomorrow, but over weeks, over months, over years. The cost slowly appears. The eyes lose their sharpness, the face loses its glow, the body feels heavier. Motivation weakens, discipline fades. A man may still function, but something inside him feels thinner, less solid, less grounded. He may not connect it to his habits, but the body remembers everything. The body keeps score. What is lost is not just physical energy, it is potential, unused strength, futures that never get the chance to exist. Power that could have been shaped into something meaningful, spent instead on moments already gone. What leaves the body in that moment is not simple fluid. It is the most concentrated effort of creation the body can produce. Inside it are millions of possibilities, each carrying the full blueprint of a human life. The shape of a face, the sound of a laugh, the intelligence of a mind, the strength of a spirit. Science tells us that inside a single cell exists a code so complex it stretches billions of letters long. Multiply that by millions, and you begin to feel the weight of what is being released. To create this, the body pulls from its richest stores, minerals, hormones, vitality, energy. Nothing else the body makes requires this much precision, this much investment, this much care. Within that force lives legacy, sons and daughters that could have existed, bloodlines waiting to continue, futures waiting for breath. When it is wasted, those futures end without ever beginning. No sound, no memory, just absence. The force a man carries is not only his own. It is the same current that flowed through every man and woman before him. It passed through generations, through hardship, through love, through survival. Every act of union across time carried this spark forward until it reached you. Your ancestors protected it, not because they were perfect, but because life demanded reverence. They carried it through war, hunger, sacrifice, and devotion. They held it long enough for you to exist. This is why intimacy once meant something deeper. It was not casual, it was sacred because it carried life forward. What was once exchanged as the highest bond between man and woman is now often thrown away for impulse. The inheritance of intimacy dissolved in seconds. To waste it is not just to lose energy, it is to forget the chain of life that brought you here. To hold it is to honor that chain. To treat it with care is to respect the effort of every generation behind you. The question is simple. What will you do with what they preserved? Every release carries an echo, not just pleasure in the present, but possibility in the future. Nature designed desire as a force to continue life. Within that urge exists the outline of families not yet born, children who could carry your eyes, your voice, your strength, your spirit. Cultures across time understood this instinctively. They treated seed as sacred because it carried generations. When spent without care, that echo never reaches the world. It is a quiet ending, futures erased without witness. The pleasure remains for a moment, but the deeper purpose collapses into loss. But when a man bards this force, something powerful happens. Desire does not disappear. It changes direction. The same energy that once rushed outward now begins to rise within. It sharpens the mind, strengthens the body, grounds the spirit. Discipline forms naturally, not through force, but through alignment. Men who walk this path begin to feel a steady pressure building inside them, a quiet intensity, a sense of purpose returning. The energy that once leaked away unseen now becomes fuel. This path is not easy. It requires awareness, structure, reminders, a reason to continue when temptation appears. That is why men who succeed rarely walk alone. Brotherhood matters, guidance matters, a system matters. Retention is not about simply holding back. It is about transmuting energy into strength, clarity, and direction. It is about becoming the man you were meant to be before distraction pulled you away. Every careless release draws from the body's reserves. The eyes lose life. The frame weakens. The spirit dulls. Hormones shift. Prolactin rises, bringing fatigue and heaviness. Men who indulge without control often feel older than their years, less driven, less sharp, less present. The energy that could have been used to build, create, lead, and command is thrown away for moments that leave nothing behind. To indulge without thought is to burn the fuel meant to power your purpose. But what is lost can also be preserved, and when it is preserved, the body begins to respond. Retention clears the fog, focus returns, motivation rises, thoughts sharpen, energy stabilizes. Science now confirms what tradition understood long ago. Testosterone levels rise with retention, supporting strength and drive. Dopamine sensitivity improves, allowing joy in simple things again. Hormones balance. Mood steadies. Skin improves. Presence deepens. People begin to feel something different around you, even if they cannot explain it. Each day held is energy saved, a reserve of willpower, a quiet confidence, a sense of internal order. Instead of bleeding life outward, the body builds inward. Desire transforms into discipline. Discipline transforms into power. This is the knowledge men once lived by. Retention aligns you with your highest form. It prepares you for the work waiting ahead. It clears the path for destiny to unfold. The will of life itself seeks to move through you. It wants to be built into something lasting, strength, legacy, meaning. But each careless release cuts that current short. Potential remains unrealized. The orchard never grows. The forest never rises. The strength that could have shaped a life dissolves into nothing. This is not punishment. Nature does not destroy you for one mistake. But over time, the cost compounds. Fatigue builds. Motivation fades. Men begin to feel empty without knowing why. Modern medicine now links overindulgence to exhaustion, depression, anxiety, and dysfunction. The body was not designed for constant release without purpose. The spirit erodes slowly until one day a man looks back and realizes he traded something priceless for moments he barely remembers. In old age, clarity comes. The shadows of children never born, strength never cultivated, dreams never pursued, all of it lost to fleeting pleasure. Yet even here, redemption exists. Energy used wisely returns its gift, vitality, presence, magnetism, a strange sense that life begins to respond to you differently. doors open, opportunities appear. Confidence grows. It feels as if the world bends slightly in your favor, not by luck, but by alignment. Because you chose to carry life's force instead of wasting it. Because you chose creation over consumption. This is the final cost and the final choice. The quiet regret of wasted potential or the steady power of a life built with intention. Some men spend their energy until nothing remains. Others guard it, shape it, and rise to meet their purpose. The choice is always yours. Carry it with awareness. Let discipline speak louder than impulse. Let stillness become strength. And decide once and for all what kind of man you are becoming.